Hello, this is Dylan Andrews with eartrainingforguitar.com, and in this video I want to give you my 5 top tips for transcribing songs by ear. But before I get into my top 5 tips, if you could do me a huge favor and please hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you know when my videos come out. It really helps with the algorithm. I'm trying to get these videos out to as many people as possible to help them train their ears. So if you could smash that like button and subscribe, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Okay, so number 1, my first tip is be able to sing scales. All right, so singing is the ultimate test for your ear. If you can sing a note and you are correct, you can sing that interval, then that is real proof that you really know what that interval sounds like. And I want to be very clear that you should be singing intervals of the scale. So in a major scale, there are 7 notes or 7 intervals. You can also refer to them as scale degrees. And let's say we're in the key of C, okay? So the key of C goes C, D, E, F, G, A, B. But you don't want to sing C, D, E, F, G, A, B. You want to sing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because the C note is the first note of the scale, the D note is the second note of the scale, the E is the third note of the scale, and so on. And the key with these is no matter what key I'm in, these intervals will sound the same. So it's not like you have to train your ear in the key of C and then train your ear in the key of D. Oh my goodness, that would take forever. I'm so grateful it doesn't work like that. All you have to do is sing the 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and that works across all keys. So for example, if I was playing the key of C, I would want to sing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And you want to be able to do this ascending and descending. Now, what you want to eventually be able to do is do this without the guitar. So at first you can do it with the guitar, you can sing along with the notes, but if you play the note and then sing it, you're not training your ear at all, you are just training your ability to match tones. What you want to do is try to sing it and then play it to make sure that it was right. But that's my first tip, is to be able to sing major and minor scales, ascending and descending. All right, tip number 2, my top tip. This would be listen out for major and minor chords. So if you can tell the difference between major and minor chords, this goes a long way for you being able to transcribe music. Because in a major and minor key, there's only 3 major chords and 3 minor chords. In a major key, the 1, 4, and 5 are major, and the 2, 3, and 6 are minor. The 7th chord is diminished, which is unusual to happen in music. All right, so if I'm listening to a song and I can tell that one of the chords is major, then it either has to be a 1, 4, or 5. I just cut down my options in more than half. And it's the same thing with minor. If I hear it's minor, then it has to be a 2, 3, or 6. And if we're in a minor key, if I hear a minor chord, I know it has to be a 1, 4, 5. Or if I hear a major, it has to be the flat 3rd, flat 6, or flat 7. So it really cuts down the options and chords that can happen if you just know which chords are major and which chords are minor. Tip number 3, my 3rd tip for transcribing songs by ear, is listen out for half steps and whole steps. So in keys, only 2 half steps occur. In a major key, if I'm in the key of C major, the first half step that happens is between the 3rd scale degree and the 4th scale degree. And the other one is from the 7th scale degree, or the 7th note of the scale, to the 1. So if I hear a half step, I know that it has to be one of these options. And if I hear a whole step, I know that it has to be any of the other options. It can't be 3 to 4 or 7 to 1. It has to be 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, whatever, because I know how half steps and whole steps work in major keys. So if I can hear that half step, then I know, okay, it either has to be this or this. And the same thing works for a minor key. In a minor key, the 2nd scale degree and the 3rd scale degree, the 2 to the flat 3 here. So if I'm in the key of C minor, the first half step is between the 2nd one and the flat 3rd. And then the other one is between the 5th scale degree and then the 6th note of the scale, the flat 6 interval. So if I hear a half step, then I know it has to be one of those. And if I know it's not a half step, then it can be something else. So by being able to tell the difference between half steps and whole steps, this gets me a lot closer to being able to transcribe that music by ear. My fourth tip for transcribing songs by ear is to use what I call the freeze technique. A big common mistake that guitar players make when they're trying to transcribe music is they're trying to transcribe way too much at one time. If you have a 4-chord progression, they're trying to figure out all 4 chords at once. What you need to do is you need to just listen out for 1 or 2 chords or 1 or 2 notes and then hit pause and then find that on the guitar. Now, the end goal is you want to just be able to know by listening, but if you're not there yet, then you can find it on the guitar and figure out where it is. But you want to take it bit by bit. Don't try to figure out too much at once, and I call it the freeze technique because you're freezing the song, you're pausing the song in short increments to figure out what is going on. And then my last tip for this one is going to be transcribe easy songs often. So what I would do is I would look up songs that only have 3 or 4 chords in them or have very, very simple melodies and work on transcribing these. You want to first press play, you want to listen to it, and then you want to try to take an educated guess on what chords are happening by ear. Then pick up your guitar, find them, and see if you were right. And if you're wrong, then that's okay, just adjust, and it's very helpful to even sing the intervals that are going on in the song to make sure that you can remember it for next time. This really trains your ear and your brain to identify these intervals quickly when you are singing them often. But transcribing easy songs is an excellent place to start. You can just look this up. You type in 3-chord songs or 4-chord songs and you'll get a massive list of them, okay? But that is my last tip on transcribing songs by ear. Now, leave in the comments, which one of these tips did you find to be the most useful? Did you already know some of these tips and can do any of them? Let me know in the comments. Practice this stuff, and then soon you'll be able to transcribe songs by ear as well.